It's a great joy and delight to have you, respected friends, every day seated here in this together endeavor of trying to study the most beautiful Yoga Vaashishtha Maharamayana Shastra. New one, sublime one, but very extensive, exhaustive. So many things that are there. Though we are not able to comprehend every one of them, retain every one of them, yet going through itself is a great joy and a very good effort. And we know for certain that the divine is watching us, seeing our tapasyas, efforts. Definitely, Lord will bless us with such capacities that we'll be able to understand all these subtle realities, truths. We will remember them to mold our life according to that knowledge and get mukti from all bondages. Welcome, friends. Let us study our Sri Yoga Vasishtha Maharamayana Shastra, third Utpatthi Prakarnam Leelopakhyanam, 55th Sarga, Samsara and Marana Vivaranam or Varnanam. How the Marana happens at the physical level, what happens to the Jiva, what happens to the Shuddha Paramatma Tattva, all that are said. Then the Jiva, when he leaves the body, is called dead by the people here. Technically, in the Shastra Bhasha, he is not here, he has gone somewhere else. That's called Preta. So, that one who left, where he reaches, what are his subsequent destinations. Six types of these beings are described who live differently before they leave the body. Then, to them, depending on whatever they have done after leaving the body, is their journey. That is such an information for us, authentic. Remember all this. All these are said by sage Vaashishthaji himself to Lord Rama in the presence of great saints and sages like Narada Vyasa and Vishwamitra Adi, and composed and written to and given to us by Valmiki ji himself. And from thousands of years, this Shastra remained intact and came to us. So it is such a foolproof, authentic understanding. And always having heard, having contemplated, having understood, we have to visualize how this knowledge should change my intentions, attitudes, purposes, looking the life. The way we look the life and the world should change. ज्ञान पाने के बाद हमारा नजरिया बदलना चाहिए. Outlook should change in look and outlook. Let us see, friends. We'll continue. ॐ ॐ ॐ ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मभक्तियोगधर्मविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः ॐ यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः सच्चास्त्राः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम् ॐ श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं रामनामवरानने ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्तब्रह्मभक्तियोगधर्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः श्रीरामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे श्री वशिष्ठ विश्वामित्र वाल्मीकि वेदव्यास वामदेव नारदादि सरस्वती मातु आदि समस्त योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रादीनां ब्रह्म विद्यायाः आचार्येभ्यो नमः संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषद योग वासिष्ठ महारामायणोक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्यप्राप्त्यर्थं श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणेतिहाससन्तवाङ्मयोक्त साध्यसाधनानुभवसिद्ध्यर्थं तत्रोक्तऋषिमुनिगुरुदेवता दर्शनानुग्रहानुभवप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्तिविश्व आध्यात्मिकप्रगत्यर्थं धर्मसंस्थापकानां नित्यनिरन्तर दिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराममन्दिरवद् शिवकृष्णादिमन्दिरादीनां पुनर्वाप्ति तेषु निरन्तरशास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापना उपासना यज्ञयागसाधना सेवा तपस्या प्रार्थनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकैन्दवसंस्कृतेः बाह्याभ्यन्तरशत्रुविघ्न शाश्वतसमूलनिर्मूलनपूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिकहैन्दवसंस्कृतेः धर्ममोक्षपुरुषार्थानां सुसम्प्रतिष्ठा अवाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां सङ्कल्पितसत्कर्मसुदिग्विजयाः तेषां हृदये परब्रह्म भगवद्देवता गुरुशास्त्र सत्सङ्गसाधना सेवा मातापितृदेशधर्म सनातनधर्मभक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्मसाफल्यार्थम् अनेकशास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्नमध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्रीरामवसिष्ठ संवादरूप श्री योगवासिष्ठ महारामायण स्मृति मोक्ष प्रकरण शास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्नं मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। मङ्गलाचरणश्लोकाः। ॐ यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शनदृश्यभूः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मात् आनन्दस्याम्बरे वनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। दिवि भूमौ तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभात्योपभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः। सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तमेकमजरं नित्यं विभुं शाश्वतं प्रत्यग्ब्रह्मरसायनं सुखगनं पूर्णं परं पावनं स्वात्मज्योतिरनादिमध्यनिधनं मायाविलासैर्मुहुः विश्वाकारमपास्तमायमभयं वन्दे विशुद्धं पदं। ज्ञानादेवात्मनो मोक्षः न तु कर्मसमाधिभिः अज्ञातोऽसौ सदृश्यं सृजत्येवेति कीर्त्यते। तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे। विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहं। तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्री गुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नता स्मः। पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्धिदीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरविगलयन् शिष्यभावं वितेने यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृतजलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये। ओं श्रीरामचन्द्रपरब्रह्मणे नमः। वसिष्ठादिऋषिभ्यो नमः। योगवासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रं तृतीय उत्पत्ति प्रकरणं लीलोपाख्याने संसार मरण वर्णनं नाम पञ्चपञ्चाशत्तमः सर्गः। श्री Vasishtha Uvacha, Shri Devi Uvacha. Mother Saraswati is the Guru here. Leela is the disciple. Vasishtha Bhagavan is the Guru. Sri Ramji is the disciple. Jnana Prasarana, Jnana Prachara, Jnana Lenden. Giving and taking is happening. Unless Guru gives, we cannot take. Unless we take, it cannot be ours to use. So, it is given, you take it. So, the Marana Varnana and also the Samsara Varnana. Continuation of Janma Marana Chakkar is called Samsara. In the Marana, it is very clearly told as per either the age or as per so many other reasons, when the time of departure comes, the Vayu Prasara gets reduced, Nadi Spandana gets reduced. When it becomes finally zerofied, then the Chetana Atma functioning through this Sharira Upadhi, called as now the body is living, that gets stopped. That time this being is called as dead. So in that dead body, dead person, the Nadi Spandana leading to all the indriya, antahkarana functioning stops. That is because the prana coming in, going out stopped. That is called mrityu. Contemplate on this. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi did contemplation on this, and while living only what it looks like if one dies, he understood. Then he understood that death belongs to body, not to me, the self. Then he realized. These are the very essential things which are the only ones free us from all dukkha when we understand them, contemplate on them, and totally grasp. Up to this we have seen. So, kevalam vata samrodhat, when the vata samrodha happens, vayu coming going, spandaha prashamyati. Then the spandaha of the nadis leading to the all functioning of indriyas prashamyati, it also becomes quiet. Mruta iti uchyate deha tada asau jada namakaha. This jada, deha which is already jada made by Panchamahamata, was having life because of the prana spandana, nadi spandana. Prana avajahi and nadi spandana. When they both have stopped, then the jada sharira lost its taken up chaitanata. Is jada always, chaitanata came to it because of this prana and also spandana of the nadi. That time he is called as Mruta iti uchyate. One beautiful thing let us learn here is that when these things happen, he is called dead. One thing common, known. But let us subtler thing is what? As per his own karma phala, he will have to die at that time. So for that to happen, this process happens. This is a little higher understanding. Because that jiva have to leave the body. Therefore, the process of living is this. You know? And to the people who are left behind, they call him as Mruta. So Mruta iti uchyate deha tadasau jada namaka. So that deha becomes Mruta. Functioning of deva stops. Then next you ask the question. What is the position of Jiva? What is the position of Chetana Atma? Beautiful things. Next sloka is crucial. Tasmin dehe shavi bhute. Now that deha is called shavi bhuta shava. Vatecha anilatam gate. In him, the prana shaktis entirely. Where have they gone? Anilatam gate. They have gone into the total vayu. So deha, shavibhuta, jadatmaka, panchamahabhuta. The kala will work on it. It will get decomposed. Uska wo lot. That's the lot of the body. What about the pranas, the shaktis? All of them go to the anilatam gate, the total vayu. Panchatattva se made Sharira goes to the Panchatattwas, the Prana Vayu goes into the Prana. Okay? Total Anila. Then Chetanam Vasana Muktam. So Atma Tattve Avatishtati. So this Vasanas which was prompting that Jiva to have this body. This body is gone, so the body related prarabdha is over. So that Jiva, as if for some time, reclines in the self only. Because always the self is the reality, it is there. So he reached the self, therefore, do you mean to say that he is mukta? If he knows he is the Brahman, the self, the Atman, he is mukta. If not, that ajnana yukta, listen carefully, the vasana yukta, that rudimentary ego individuality jiva still remains. That is the meaning of Chetanam Vasana Yuktam Swatma Vasana Muktam Swatma Tattve Avatishtati. Here the Vasana Mukta means up to this body level, whatever they were there, from that it is liberated. Then it is reclining in that Paramatma Tattva. But it is not a Mukti. It is a Mukti for those who have realized the self, having gone beyond all Upadhis and Moha and then Avidya. नहीं तो क्या होगा इफ इज नॉट मुक्त व्हाट हैपेंस कि जीव इति उच्यते स्टिल दैट जीव भाव लर्किंग इन दैट देन तस्य नाम अणोः वासनावतः So that Anurupena Jiva with his Vasanas still is there. Then he continues his journey. Where this Jiva is there, Tatra eva aste sahacha shavagare gaganake tatha. This was a very crucial sublime thing. Yesterday we were discussing. Exhaustively we discussed, if you remember even a little of it. So, example of Padma you take. Raja Padma died. Then he is born as Raja Viduratha, lived 78 years of life, enjoyed kingdom. Then the Anga Sindhu Raja attacked, all of that. Now this Raja Padma Jiva, whose Sharira is left in that Antapura, that Jiva is there. Where did he experience all this whole world? That he is in that new Brahmanda, another Brahmanda, in another Bhuloka, somewhere born, he became the king now. Here it is said, he in that Raja Padma's Antapura Akasha only. All these experienced. So, Antapura Akasha means? Remember carefully. How come in that small Antapura Akasha, all that Aneka Brahmandas can be there, crossing which that new Brahmanda, the Saraswati Mata and Leela have gone, other Brahmanda, to see that Raja Vidura. That is what is the crux of this topic. Matlab, this text talks about those sublime things. Many texts don't dare to talk about it. So, it is, we are seeing from the Bhuta Akasha Drishtina. Therefore, for us, the Bhuta Akasha in that Antapura, it is small. How can be such a Brahmanda? It is felt. In fact, this particular Bhuta Akasha in which this Antapura is there, that also is in the Chitta only. And that Chitta is always in the Chidakasha. Therefore, in that Chidakasha, in that Chittakasha, these travelings are happening, these locals projected are happening. In them, once grossification happens, immediately the gross rules become operational. Gross हो गया तो gross rules become operational. Once the gross is transcended, the gross rules won't operate. Subtle rules will function. So in that subtle rule, it is not gross, no. That is subtle. What do you mean subtle? Sankalpa. Therefore, in the Sankalpa only all that happened. But because of the power of vasanas, those things which are happening in Sankalpa got solidified, grossified, which he has seen as Brahmanda, Dhanurajya, his own Sharira, other Shariras, all of them. And because of millions life of Abhyasa, identifying with the grass, living only that life, never pausing to think about the subtle. We all are like that. जन्म लेने के बाद अभी तक स्थूल देह स्थूल प्रपंच ही सत्य मानकर ऐसे ही जी रहे हैं. Beyond this, there is Sukshma. From that only, about so much of Sukshma, Chittakash Ananta, a little only grossified as this. That sublime knowledge we are not able to catch. Same way, the Chitta Akash of me or yours or even Ishvara, ये सारे मिलकर one homogeneous चिदाकाश में projected, में हिंदी में, in that चिदाकाश they are projected. So therefore, everything is happening in Chitta. That breakthrough, going beyond the Stula and comprehending or understanding the Sukshma, when it happens, you can jump with joy only. But तुरंत पकड़ में नहीं आता because we are lost in stula. We want stula bhoga. So many stula unfulfilled desires are there. Vasanas are there. इतना bank balance है हमारा सब चला जाएगा if I become सूक्ष्म. I don't want to forego. That is why it doesn't click to us easily. Otherwise, the entire Brahmanda is in my own chitta, isn't it? If not, when I sleep, where is the Brahmanda gone? When I wake up, the mind is woken up. In the mind only everything. And in dream, in the mind, another Brahmanda is projected. See, देखो ये दो बात. This one so solidly seen by us. He is absent. in the dream, isn't it? ये तो है नहीं. Therefore, this is denied. In the dream, something is new projected. Another Brahmanda, another Loka, with our own individuality, upadhis, people around us. When you wake up, where is it? It is not there. Therefore, both are projected only in the chitta. This is solidified and that is not. Tomorrow in Mandukya, this topic comes little Stula Sukshma and all. Anyway, so up to this we have seen that a residue of individuality with Vasana still lurking is there. Even though he leaves the body, he is Chetana is always Chetana. Another topic is what? Chetana is remains always, as it is said so many times. In that, with the Maya Shakti of Samashti, Avidya Shakti of the individual, all this drama is going on projected. Chetana doesn't get touched, it is not moved at all. So that's what we said. He jiva iti uchyate tasya nama anoha vasanavataha tatra eva aste sacha shavagare gaganake tatha. So just to tell us that it is in the Chittakasha that the whole Bhutakasha is there. It is said, actually what is said in the Shavagara, in the Dakasha, everything is projected, he is saying. In fact, this particular gross world of Antapura and Shava, they are also in the Chitta grossified. याद रखना इस बात को. Then tatosau preta shabdena prochate vyavaharibhi. Then the vyavaharis who are left behind, who are yet to die, agatasul, for them this person is said to be preta, he is gone. He left this body. Then the topic which is in the Vedas, other places, in the Karma Kandas, that our Vaashishtha is not touching at all. That the people who left behind for 12 days, 13 days, they do variety of the Preta Samskaras, by which that being left is freed from all the bondages here. Then as per his Samskaras and all, he will continue his journey. वो सब यहाँ ये तो सब्जेक्ट उसके लिए नहीं है ना, वो डिफरेंट साइंस. बट दिस मच इज टोल्ड कि तथा असौ प्रेत शब्देन प्रोच्यते व्यवहारिभिः. व्यवहार इज सेड दैट ही इज गॉन. So imagine in your own life you have seen so many people dead. You went and saw the dead body also. So near ones, your relatives, friends. So where was that fellow who was playing till yesterday, talking, fighting? It can be anybody. You have seen so many. As per age is grown, so many people have seen. He is gone, the Preta. Now he was already always separate from the Sharira only. Functioning through this Sharira was accessible to us because we were also at that level. Now he left the Sharira. Those who left the Sharira, उनको contact करने का हमें औकात नहीं है. Therefore we cannot. So we call him as Preta. Otherwise, with the Yoga Shaktis, when we reach to Adivayika Deha, then there वह मिल सकते, बात कर सकते. But that is all total different view, perspective, vision, सब अलग अलग होते. Immediately after leaving the body, total prarabdhas change. For example, wife and husband died in same accident. When their jiva meet there, they become unknown to each other. बिकॉज उनका आगे वाला प्रारब्ध, इनका आगे वाला प्रारब्ध वो सेट इन होता है. Therefore, that was there only up to this body. There are so many mystical things, how many we can discuss, whole life we can discuss the mysticism beyond this stula. Sukshma is always mystical. Millions and infinite things are happening there. Continuous. उनको हम जो थोड़ा भी समझ सके तो the gross thing as real, we transcend it. Then all dukkhas are there in gross. It is gross dukkhas we transcend. स्थूलता को सत्यता देने के कारण होने वाले दुखों को तो थोड़ा पार कर सकते. सो चेतनम वासना मिश्रम सी आमोद अनिलवत स्थितम. So vasana mishra chetana is jiva there now. Like the vayu with this fragrance, the fragrance is vasanas, the vayu is the chetana. Beyond this body, he stays. Where he stays? Remember always, in chetana only. Then in chetana he stays and he has vasanas. Those vasanas, when they grassify, it becomes chitta. And in that chitta, now he will project. After projecting, then he will identify with some of the projected, like the dream. That is what is told to us in the next shloka. देखो यहाँ तक समझ आ गया ना. Leaving the body, then in Chetana is stationed, but still as an individuality because he has vasana. So therefore, vasana mishrita chetanatva is that left body jiva. For whatever the time that is. Then from the vasanas, the next set of prarabdha has to get activated. No? Before that activates, that's the position. Then what happens? Idam drishyam parityajya. See, having left this stula sharira and this old world drama, ये सब छोड़ कर जाता है. उसके बाद he won't run for any of the things. Idam drishyam parityajya. That jiva who left this identity with this body, which is Shavarupa there, and also all the other jagatic relations gone. He left all of that. Idam drishyam paritejya yada aste darshanantare. Now he is waiting for the darshanantara. Means for another drishya. Projected out of his own chitta to be identified. Depending on his vasanas. Like when I am jiva, to me this sharira is drishya. And this entire jagat is drishya. But because of vasana prabalya, I identified with this sharira, then anything whatever I have done, as long as I am alive, done only basing on this sharira is me. That is the confusion, that is the moha, that has to be broken, that has to be transcended. That's okay from the sadhana standpoint. But from the prakriya standpoint, this दृश्य से तादात्म्य किया है, फिर मैं शरीर हूँ, मैं और मोहरत औरत है, he started. That's all okay. But theoretically, if you see, the sharira and with the sharira, the whole world, to me as a jiva, even now it is drishya only. But identified. But when I leave this body, this is drishya only. Now no more identity with it, no more functioning through it. This is over. Then what happens? Ki yada aste darshana antare. When he is waiting for the next drishya to get identified. Next drishya solid. Where from it will come? Solidified from the chitta akasha. चित्त में कहाँ से आए? सब वासनाओं से आए. ये वासनाएं चित्त projecting the world and grossification and identification with it. All of that, why is it happening? The real self is not identified with. Chidakasha tadatma is not done. Not knowing oneself as Chidakasha. That's called a avidya. Because of the avidya or ajnana, all this drama is happening. That's how he is traveling from vasanas to the chittakasha to chidakasha as a bhutakasha and the projected body identification, then identifying the projected world. In and through all this, the chittakasha is there as support, but he is not identifying with it. When Guru does the bodha, the teaching called a tattvamasi mahavakya bodha, when he does inquiry on that, then slowly, upadhi tadatmya, he transcends. Then the nirupadhika sarvadhisthana, Brahma sthiti realizes. Kosab sadhana. So, idam drishyam parityajya, having left this upadhis, sharira and all, yada aste darshanantare. How is it that, as we just now explained, Bhagavan says, saha swapna iva, sankalpa iva, nana akruti tada. At that time, for him, from his vasanas, इन इस चित्त वासनाओं से चित्त बनता है. बनकर उस चित्त में फिर वासनाओं के कारण ही वृत्तियां बनते हैं. एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट इज सटल चित्त, क्योंकि अभी नया स्थूल शरीर नहीं बना ना. सो ही इज एट द सटल लेवल ओनली. दैट इज व्हाई इट इज कॉल्ड एज सह स्वप्न इव संकल्प इव. After leaving the body, before new stula sharira of any yoni comes to him, he is in that vasanas expressing as chitta, and swapna iva, he is seeing the world, projecting. Among that scene, whichever is predominant, that gets solidified, he उसमें घुस जाएगा वो. That is called as Bharat. तो सा स्वप्न इव संकल्प इव नाना आकृति तदा. Sula Sharira is not there. Brahmajnana has not yet come. Avidya is there. Therefore, individuality is there with the vasanas. The vasanas get manifest in their grosser form as the chitta. So चित्त में वासनाओं के कारण ही the चित्त जगत बनता है. Like the swapna example given. Then what? Tasminneva pradeshe. He doesn't go physically anywhere. The physical space is only a concept of the chitta akash. Therefore, tasminneva pradeshe antaha. Inside him, purvavat smritiman bhavet. Okay, purvat smritiman bhaveta, he just in that beyond this sharira sthiti, all the smriti happens to him. From that smriti, he knows what were his desires, what are his wants, वो सब उनको वो एक्टिवेट होते हैं, फुलफिल करने की इच्छा होती है. तदा एव ओके मृत्यु मूर्छान्ते पश्यति अन्य शरीरकम. Depending on the urgency and the niyati of the srushti, that out of that, be attentive, the chitta, jagat nirmita, something gets grossified स्थूल के रूप में, with which he enters and gets identified. So much of building material in all the building material selling shops. So you buy what you require and you make a house in your plot and then you enter in it. Now it has become your house. So house is grossified. The building material is subtle. So from his chitta smriti purva projected and he gets into one of them. See, once you buy your building material, with that you make a building, that house is yours. You don't allow anybody to come into that. So too, that alone is your house. With the same other building material, when some other house is made, you have no entry in that. ये अपना है. In the same way, from the vasanas, from the chitta, out of the so much world projected, something grossified, into that he enters. That's called punarjanma. So tadaiva murti murchante pashyati anya sharirakam. Okay. Atmani asti ghata pushtam anyasya vyoma kevalam akasha bhutale sakam sakasha shashivasaram. When all this is happening, what is the position of the Shuddha Atma Vastu? उनको कोई बिगाड़ नहीं रहा. He is as he is always only. Hmm? So Atmani asti ghata. So this is an answer to a question. In that Sharira left hall, in that space, how come another Brahmanda, all are projected? So the point said here in this mantra, Daswa, is thoda gambhirta se suno. Ki in the pure Chidakasha, Chittakasha and Bhutakasha, as well as Chitta Jagat, Bhuta Jagat, in that Bhuta Jagat again Prithvi, Akashadi, all of them can simultaneously be projected. That is the beauty, glory of that Atmavastu. And how that all get projected, not mingling with each other, side by side staying, that is the Aghatita Ghatana Patiyasi Maya. Aghatita Ghatana Patiyasi Maya. That's the Maya Shakti, which is so powerful that it can make things appear which our ordinary human intellect cannot comprehend. Disbelief, Ashcharya. So, in the Chetana Atma, Ananta Koti Brahmandas can be projected simultaneously. Isn't it? What example I can give? 10 people are there in one hall. No, there are 10 people you are saying from the Sthula Sharira standpoint. But within them, don't they have their own individual worlds? Batao? The old couple, their world is different. The senior citizen couple, there is different. The middle-aged wala, unka alag hai. Just now married wale alag hai. The college going, school going, all are in the one hall only. Thus, that they are in one hall from physical standpoint, you are saying. But in each one they have their own world, no? अपने चित्ताकाश में अलग अलग जगत बने. More so when they all sleep, each one will have their own different dream world. Each one doesn't know their dream world. Either each one doesn't know other one's dream world. In fact, throughout life, my dream I may explain to you, but you cannot enter. My own Brahmanda, it is projected. Third one is what? My dream world when I project, or my own thinking world when I project, even in waking plane. Are these two not hanging in me, the Chetana? In you also, the consciousness में ही चित्ताकाश में the चित्त जगत है, consciousness में ही भूताकाश है, उसमें भूत जगत. ठीक है? In this way, that is the power of that Paramatma Tattva, that in this pure consciousness, it even size wise, if you see, even a micro inch type of consciousness only, Ananta Koti Brahmandas can be projected. Chittakash wale or Bhutakash. That is a Maya. And you all can know so many examples. Like some metals are there. They can be pulled without breaking. Like tungsten या कुछ होता है. So if it is a lump, it's a lump only. But if you turn it into a string, let us say, from that one lump, don't you see a string of 1 kilometer? Then that string woven, etc., it becomes a mesh. और बड़े एग्जाम्पल है होटलों में पराठा देते हैं हमको रोटियां तो इट लुक सो बिग पराठा रोटी बट इट वाज इतना ही आटे कंजूस लोग खाना भी ठीक नहीं देते वैसे इतने लेते हैं लेकिन थोड़ा इसका पेट भरते हैं दे लॉस्ट दैट आइडिया इतने से आटा को वो उनका ऐसा ऐसा बेल के इतना बड़ा रोटी बना इन साउथ में डोसा 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 इतना ही डोसा का वो डव डालकर इतने घुमा घुमा के इतना बड़ा डोसा आप उसको ऐसे पिचका के देखो इतना ही होता है 100 रुपए this much only that one even your own paratha roti पूरा घुमा के इतना ही बड़ा एक्सपेंड हुआ कि नहीं in the same way pure consciousness sthula sukshma ananta koti jagats can simultaneously appear that is its maya shakti this much is seen then mm, then we will see the next one wherein कि प्रेत तो हो गया वो where will he go how does he go which are the lokas he projects and enters so from now onwards our new understanding unlike others that he left the body and went to different lokas so far we know that's what every shastra every study but once you come to this sublime yoga vastu shastra level here after leaving the body he projects according to his vasana and enters and identifies with something or the other. So where are all the lokas? Even though Leela and Saraswati appear to have traveled for such long time, crossing all the things. Yet all that is not a physical distance. It's only traveling in the projections from one to the other at the subtler level. It is mystical again. Only a meditative mind can catch it. सो बहुत सारे लोग हैं जिसमें जीव जाते हैं आइडिया इज एज पर द वासनास इंडिविजुअल एंड म्यूचुअल समष्टि द वर्ल्ड्स आर प्रोजेक्टेड एंड इन दैट प्रोजेक्टेड विद देम दे गेट आइडेंटिटी और इसमें भी ईश्वर लीला है समष्टि वासनाएं हैं म्यूचुअल वासनाएं हैं इंडिविजुअल वासना my own vasanas and your and mine together like you and I have these strong vasanas that we have to sit together for years to study ऐसा है विथ अदर्स वी डोंट हैव देवर एक दिन आकर चले जाते हैं लोग कोई कोई लोग 2-3 साल थे देन दे लेफ्ट इतना ही हमारा वासना कहो संस्कार कहो कर्मफल कहो संकल्प कहो इच्छा कहो प्रार्थना कहो भगवत अनुग्रह कहो नो, वो सब causes है. Effect is this. Then important topic. Ki where do they go? To explain that, the jivas are divided into six. Beautiful topic it is. Okay. Bhavanti Shadvidaha Pretaha. The dead people are six types. Means while living only they are six types. Tesham Vedamimam Shrunu. Listen to the difference of the different six categories who will have different destinations after leaving the body. Who are they six? Samanya Papinaha. है ना, फर्स्ट वन सामान्य पापी, थोड़ा थोड़ा इधर उधर पाप किया उसने, हल्का सा इधर उधर रिश्वत लिया होगा, है ना, एक आध को छोट खरोच पहुंचाई, तो लिटिल ऑफ दी धोखा दे हैव डन, यू नो, सामान्य पापी, लिटिल बिट, यू नो, सब्जियों में थोड़ा हेराफेर किया उसने, एक फल कम दिया हो या एक रुपए ज्यादा दिया, सामान्य पापी, वो भी पापी है. Not that he has done a ghotala that thousands of crores of the India government they have eaten and ran away to other country. उतना नहीं किया इसने, लेकिन किया थोड़ा सा. He has not like a terrorist threw a bomb and killed thousand. But किसी को उसने डंडा मारा या कुछ चोट पहुंचाई, थप्पड़ मारा. So सामान्य पापी. I believe we fall in this. Huh? Are we सामान्य पापी? No, Swamiji, don't underestimate us. ठीक है बाबा, I'll save myself, save. Second one is madhya papinaha, the mediocre पापी, है ना. सामान्य पापी थोड़ा करके feel regretted, guilty or tries to rectify, say sorry, feels bad. मध्य पापी waits for the opportunities and he knows that he does it also. मध्य पापी थोड़ा ज्यादा ही कर लेता है, where in a town or a village, from the 100 people, he collects that 1 lakh rupees, promising them about some plots or some extra money. वो 100 से 1 लाख 1 करोड़ लेकर उड़ गया वो, है ना, मध्य पापी. नालियर सब्जी वाला 2 रुपए 3 रुपए क्या, थोड़ा सा इसने, सामान्य पापी, है ना. लाइक सामान्य पापी दूध में थोड़ा पानी डाला. द अदर पापीज आर फैक्ट्री है दो सिंथेटिक मिल्क वाला. Isn't it? Chemical milk. It's a wholesale, बड़ा वाला. मध्य पापी, understood? Third one is what? स्थूल पापिना. हाँ, स्थूल पापी मीन्स इनके अणु अणु में ही पाप पूरा बैठा हुआ है. स्थूल मीन्स big here, not स्थूल सूक्ष्म कारण शरीर. So words have different meaning in different contexts. If it is सामान्य is lowest, मध्यम is मध्य, स्थूल means the one he is पाप का भंडारी है वो, है ना, पाप का भंडारी बस. These terrorists वगैरह they come in that category. महापापी, वो देश देश को धर्म धर्म को ही वो लोग नाश करना चाहते हैं, महापापी है. Isn't it? So three types are explained the preta from the papa standpoint. Samanya papi, madhya papi, sthula papi or ghora papi. Sthula or ghora. Then the positive also three are there. Which are they? सामान्य धर्म. सामान्य धर्म मीन्स जो सामान्य रूप से धार्मिक जीवन इंक्लूडिंग पुण्य जीवन ही दे लिव. सेकंड वन इज मध्यम धर्म, who are living the punya and dharmic life more seriously at the mediocre middle level. Uttama dharmavan is the third one. The one who doesn't compromise with the dharma and punya. No, थोड़ा खर्च भी नहीं आने देंगे वो. उत्तम धर्मवान, like Rama. I have to go to jungle. My father will die. So what? 14 years is a big time. कोई नहीं, but फिर भी father have given words to her and I am पितृवा के परिपालक. I will stay 14 years. And in the 14 years, 1 year, 2 years are over, then let us compromise with. ऐसा नहीं किया. Isn't it? Strictly lived all 14 years. Isn't it, Batao? He never entered in 14 years to any village or town, nor he wore any of the Raja Vastra ityadi. He was in Valkal and all. And he was eating only Kandamula phala. तपस्या में है तेरा ये उत्तम धर्म. तो सबसे हैरान इंपॉर्टेंट बात राम जी का कोई बोलते नहीं, बोलना भी नहीं चाहिए, पाप है वो, पर मैं बोलता हूँ 14 ईयर्स से बिग टाइम ना. और 3-4 बच्चों को जन्म करके आ सकते हैं राम. 14 ईयर्स से टाइम. नो, ही वॉज ऑल्सो इन देयर ब्रह्मचर्य एंड ऑल. थिंक अबाउट ऑल दैट. महातप ये उत्तम धर्मवान. सुपर इट इज. Not compromising. Satya Harishchandra Adi, they all belong to that Uttama Dharma state. Maha, Maha. Even now they are there, mind you. Such people don't come into limelight because that is not their dharma. वो अपना धर्म जानकर आराम से कहीं कोने पे बैठकर वो करते रहते. In our Purana Ithihasas, like the Dharma Vyadadi Kahani, and then that's who is that Savitri Satyavan Kahani, and in what is that lady, was doing Pati Seva, yaad nahi aa raha naam. Then that Rishi comes, Bhikshande. She says, I am serving my husband, after that I'll come. Then after some time, when the husband slept, she came to attend to that sadhu. That sadhu looks at her with his burning eyes. With his whole tapo shakti, want to burn her only. That lady says, I am not a bird to be burnt by your fire of your eyes. Because साधु आते आते किसी पक्षी को अपने आंखों से जला के आया. इतना तीव्र शक्ति उनका है. She said, no, you can't burn me. He was surprised and she did do any other tapasyas and all. बस पति सेवा धर्म पारायण. उत्तम धर्म. Isn't it? That is the beauty. भागवत में आप देखोगे, सॉरी, और प्रहलाद जी, उत्तम भागवत धर्म ही has done. Bhagavad means bhakta. How a bhakta is totally surrendered to the Lord, even the mrityu comes. डरा नहीं वो, एक बार ने दो 10 तरह he was tried to be killed, but he didn't compromise with his dharma. Uttama dharma. So that Prahlada Leela, that way, you see, na? Instead of studying these Bhagavatadi Prahlada Leela, you would listen about something funny. Is there anybody in the universe more greater than Prahlada, that his own father tried to kill him in so many ways and yet he had that belief in Narayana. He never compromised with it. और कोई है जो ऐसे भागवत पढ़ाओ बच्चों को, नहीं पढ़ाते हो. प्रहलाद चरित्र और इधर उधर के वो सुनते हो. ऐसे how many people we see the Uttama Dharmavan. Nachiketa again. Uttama Dharma. What was his that? Jignasu Dharma. I am here to know the Brahma Tattva. I left everything. When I am giving also I won't take. These are all the non-compromising people. Mast, na? So, Samanya Papi, Madhya Papi, Sthula Papi. So, to Samanya Dharma, Madhya Dharma, then Uttama Dharma. Okay, among them now, about the Papi, 1, 2, 3, their Gati will be told. First the Adhamadama Papi ka बताएंगे, Stula Papi, then Madhyama, then Samanya, then the Punyatma ka bhi. What are their gatis? Let us see. Ete Syam Kasyachit Vedaha Dvau Trayopyatha Kasyachitu. So in this, the admixtures will be there. Okay. It is not a hard and fast rule. थोड़ा मिक्सअप भी होता है ना. कोई बंदा 100% उत्तम पापी नहीं होता. थोड़ा थोड़ा उसमें कुछ अच्छे काम भी होते. Like all these terrorists. One side they do terrorism, other side they again take care of their family. They do the भगवान को नमस्कार भी करते हैं. वो भी फिर अकाउंट में आता है ना. There are so many thieves and all these people, ना, as I told you, बड़े बड़े घोटाले करते हैं करोड़ों का. They make some temples, they give lot of money for the philanthropic things. हो रहा है ना. So therefore they are one side उत्तम पापी, हजारों करोड़ खा रहे हैं. But in between some Samanya Dharma also they are doing. Mixture होता है. Nothing hard and fast in this universe. बताओ. याद रखो. Like our own one day. One day itself ours is not same all the time. You are in sattvic mode, Shuddha Sattva mode guna, Rajo guna, Maharajo guna, Tamo guna, Mahatamo guna. One day may so many moods are changing. Accordingly, how many thoughts, sankalpas are changing. Accordingly, our actions are changing. इतने प्यार से you talk to your husband for 2 seconds. Immediately you correct yourself. Arey, how can it be? Come out of the galat fahmi, then left and right. Then he also feels good. Otherwise, he is surprised. हर दिन पिटाई करने वाली सडनली प्यार कर रही है तो उनको डर लगता है. When she become Bhadragali and shouts, then he feels normal. Ha, she is normal. So moods go on changing every day. Hmm. So एतेषां कस्यचित् भेदः द्वौ त्रयः अपि अथ कस्यचित् थोड़ा सा मिक्सचर एडमिक्सचर होते हैं. You can see that according to again three gunas and their permutation combination. That subject here Vasishtha is not discussing. Maybe we'll discuss in future, but we have studied in other shastras that all our outer pravartana is because our chitta. Chitta is of Maya, Maya is of Trigunatmika, Triguna Maya will be there in chitta. So accordingly the thoughts, accordingly the actions and results. Then what next? Kaschit Mahapatakavan. About now the Mahapapi when he dies. What are his gatis? That is said. First, Vatsaram Smriti Murchanam. For 1 year he will be in that Smriti Murcha. Nothing is remembered. Then Vimudaha Anubhavati Antaha Pashana Hrudayopamaha. He is absolutely unaware for one solid year, like a stone only he will be. Mahapapi, Jada. Then you can know the reasoning, no? He was doing so much of papa, he was not sensitive in his chitta, in his thoughts regarding how it is harming others. वो सोचा ही नहीं, वो जड़ की तरह पाप करते गया. Like these things I told those who do these scams, people out of some asha, some lobha greed, they have deposited whatever little bank balance they have और सोना कुछ बेचकर चलो 1-1 लाख आपने कहा 1 साल के अंदर 2 लाख बना के दोगे. नो 100 people's money has taken and gone. किसी को अपने बच्चों को फीस भरना था, किसी को दवाई चाहिए थी, कोई घर बना रहे थे, अनेका how much of the dukkha they might have gone through, that pain when somebody is cheated in that money because they need money. जिनको करोड़ों रुपए 10 रुपए जाता है तो भी रोता है वो बेचारे इन लोगों का. So when he was doing that cheating, his Mahapatak, his heart was stone like. Everywhere it is so. Nowadays तो हर जगह हो रहा है, डॉक्टर्स में, इन हॉस्पिटल में. अरे 100 रुपए 200 कम है तो क्यों भाई. दे नो एवरीबडी विल टेक मी फॉर ग्रांटेड. अरे एवरीबडी के बाद में पहले ये मर रहा है. नहीं नो अनलेस ही पेज विल नॉट. So they have become stone like now. You have to first to pay in advance, then only they'll check you, and then only for checking that amount. फिर कुछ भी चाहिए पैसे 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 पैसे, दिल पूरा पत्थर बन गया. Humanity is gone. Just 50 years back, don't go to thousands of years. See that? कोई बात नहीं, आज पैसे नहीं है कल दे देना, कम है तो कम दे देना. डॉक्टर साहब कितना हुआ? ये जो कुछ देना है तुम दे दो. There were the days. How many we have seen in our childhood. So I have only 3 रुपए 2 रुपए, कोई बात नहीं और रख दो. इतना, how many examples we can give. Even in हर जगह सब्जी वाला, he will give आधा किलो भिंडी ले लो, how much amount आप जितना देना है दे दो. ओ देखो, it was a golden period. है ना, कोई पड़ोसी कुछ उधार मांगते तो you give it. उधार क्या, रख लो चाय का विचार. इतना हुआ था. Nowadays, last 20 years, have you even shared one item with your neighbor? They won't come and ask you. You don't ask them. एक तो सबके पास लग्जरी हो गए. दूसरी बात क्या है? That fears, that notions. So we are all becoming पत्थर दिल. In so many senses. Now what to say? कोई करीब भूखा हुआ मरा है, बैठा है, और कोई इसी बीमारी से है वहां. आप रेलवे स्टेशन में देखते हो, एवरीवेयर. Nobody is bothered about the other human being. That's a patthar they learned. If somebody is suffering, take him to hospital and see what is it. Let him live. How can there be any other work important than saving the life? But no, my business, my money, my office, my targets. Yes, Maya. But who will understand it that way? Patthar ka dil. Those who lived this. And these are all insensitive for the surroundings we are talking about. But at the higher level, the higher पत्थर का दिल is that पूरा देश को तुम खा रहे हो तो इतना पत्थर दिल होगा. And especially again these people, those are cheatingly converting the Hindus. कितना पत्थर का दिल होना चाहिए. Behind their soft, sweet speaking words and looks, what a rocky, stony thing that the heart. You want to convert somebody and destroy the faith in them about their own dharma and all of that. That you want to divide the wife and husband, children, parents. Rakshas? I thought say they are Rakshasas. I will never do that. The other ones then. Tattar dil nahi hai to, how can you break somebody's temples and all of them? How can you kill a Shreshtat Shreshta Srishti called as a Brahmana? मनुष्य बनना ही असंभव है. इन द मनुष्य उत्तमोत्तम is Brahmana, and you are ready to kill Brahman. How much stony they must be, isn't it? On any name, thousands are happening there in this world. Insensitive they are. Rakshasa. I am always pitying them that how many times they will go to Naraka and कितने बार उनको दुखी करेंगे. बाप रे बाप. They all are Rakshasas. पत्थर का दिल, you know. In that way, financially or in other aspect, those who are harming others are Mahapapi. So they will go and stay for one solid year, subtle year, as a stone. Then what happens to him? Kachit Mahapadagavan Vatsaram Smritimurchanam Vimudaha Anubhavati Antaha Pashana Hrudayopama. Tataha, after that, Kalena Sambuddhaha wakes up from that 1 year of stony life. Vasana Jatara Uditam Anubhuya. So he was in that insensitive state while living. Therefore, having gone through that 1 year, Anubhuya Chiram Kalam, then his accounts settling starts now. For all the papa done. Chiram Kalam Narakam Dukkham Akshayam Bhuktva. Naraka Dukkha Akshaya Rupena. Never reducing Naraka Dukkhas. He will go on going through. उस समय में सारा लिस्ट दिखाते हैं उसको क्या क्या घोर महापातक किया उसने. है ना. For your tongue, taste and stomach, how many lakhs of animals are killed? Each of them are accounted there. मार मार के जंतुओं को खाते हैं ना जो. How come even Hindus become so non-veg? Even Brahmanas. अरे यार बचाओ अपने आप को. Don't kill and eat them. If somebody kills you and eats you, how it feels? Then when you kill that animal, same it is. No. सात्विक बनो भैया. Don't copy others. मत बनो ऐसा. मैं तो रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ भाई. Then you people argue, discuss, and then I'll do double namaskar and go away from there. Everything cannot come to logic. Some things are more subtler than logic, beyond logic. If you are not sensitive, who can do what? So tatha kalena sambuddha vasana chatrohitam anubhuya chiram kalam narakam dukkham akshayam bhuktva. Akshayam naraka dukkha, endlessly. Then yoni shatani, hundreds and hundreds of yonis, dukkhai uchchaihi dukkhadu dukkhantaram gataha. Hundreds of yonis he will go through, in which every one of them bhayankarati bhayankara dukha he will go through. It is other than naraka. Narak mein ho gaya, oh deepest of the sins for that result. Then so many other things are there. Then aneka yoni he will be born, and he will be like some of the animals, how terribly they are killed, or crocodiles, how they are beaten with that sharp edged weapons to control them. उनका दुख कौन जानते हैं? सो मेनी अदर, भूख से दुखी है, रोग से दुखी है, एक्सीडेंट होके मर रहे हैं पशु वगैरह. All of that he will go through. योनि शतानि, he said, योनि शतानि उच्चैर दुखा दुखंतनम गतः. आफ्टर दैट वे पता नहीं कितना टाइम लगता है, होकर होकर कदाचित शमम आयाति. Then he is relieved from all of that. Samsara swapna sambrame. In that terribly done, all of that are again not real, but it is all in his chitta akasha. With his thoughts he has done. Therefore chitta bhuta akasha sthita, जो प्रोजेक्टेड वर्ल्ड में किया उसने सब, उसके उसमें ही अनुभव होता है. Like in the dream you have accident, in the dream you will have that dream pain. वही पेन होती है एक्सीडेंट हुए उसी तरह. अथवा मृति मोहांते जड़ दुख शत आकुलाम क्षणात वृक्षादिताम एव हृस्ताम अनुभवन्ति ते. और मृति मोहांते जड़ दुख शत आकुलाम. अनदर थिंग इज व्हाट? अनेक दुख युक्त योनि लाइक द वृक्ष इत्यादि, he will enter into those yonis. Okay. Then स्ववासना रूपाणि दुखानि नरके पुनः अनुभूय अथा योनिषु जायन्ते भूतले चिरात्. तो पहले एक साल पत्थर की तरह, then goes to नरक and all yonis, और एक साल पत्थर की तरह, then goes through वृक्षादि yonis, and then he'll be taken to the naraka. There he goes through all that. अथा योनिषु जायन्ते भूतले चिरात्. एक भी किया हुआ पाप बिना काउंटिंग नहीं जाता. This is about the Mahapapi. Then the Madhyama Papi, then Samanya Papi will be told. So to the three types of Punyatma, where do they go? No, you choose. What do you want to do? That is in our hands. We'll see tomorrow. Om Purnamadaha. Ramachandra Bhagavan ki jai, Vaashishtha Bhagavan ki jai. Dhanyavad. Om.